Hey everyone, so recently I had a salinity swing in my tank and thankfully I caught it early. Let me tell you about it. Normally when you look at your tank from a day-to-day basis, you kind of have a good feel of what is going on in the tank. Usually you might have a couple of things that you want to do better or a couple of things that you want to change and certain areas that you're just super happy about. The trouble comes when you are not too sure why things are not doing well. So last week, in the middle of the week, I was looking at the tank and I was wondering why the corals were not open as they normally are. So don't get me wrong, they were still open, but they just didn't seem as happy as they normally would be. So what I did was that I tested all my parameters, I checked my salinity, I checked my temperature, and everything was in check. So I thought the tank was having a bad day, so I left it as it is. The following day, the corals looked pissed again. So I was thinking, what could the issue be? Just when I was thinking about getting an ICP done, I realized that my Henna salinity checker had not been calibrated for over a month. I decided to check on my Henna checker, and true enough, it was not calibrated correctly. So I quickly calibrated my checker and got the shock of my life. The tank was at a salinity of 1.028. I usually run my tank at around 1.025, so this was so much higher than expected. Generally speaking, 1.028 is too high in terms of salinity, plus the fact that my salinity has been quite stable at 1.025, it was quite a big shock to the corals and of course to me. So over the past week, I have slowly lowered the salinity and the corals look so much better. I'm telling you this story for two reasons. One being that I was careless and I didn't calibrate my salinity checker, and this is how things go in the hobby. If you are not aware or not careful, sometimes things might just go out of whack. I don't have any excuses for this, but it was just an oversight on my part. Generally speaking, I check my Henna checker close to once every 2 weeks, but I don't know why I just let it slide. The other reason I'm sharing this is because honestly, I'm quite done with the Henna checker. I don't know if this is the norm, but I have to calibrate my Henna checker almost every 3 weeks. And I don't know if this is how it is supposed to be like, or if my checker has some issues. I emailed Henna and honestly, I will just wait for their reply. I'm not a hater of Henna. Most of my test kits are all Henna checkers, so I must say that I really like and trust the brand. It's just that with this salinity checker, the fact that I have to calibrate it almost every 2 weeks or every other week, I'm not too sure whether this is the way to go. I might just find another alternative because this is just way too often. And I have tried to ensure that I do take good care of my meter. I rinse my meter with RODI water and I store the checker properly, not in a hot place or under the sun. So if you have any thoughts on the checker or if you feel like it's just my particular checker, I would love to hear your thoughts. Alright, enough of the doom and gloom. On the bright side, my purple firefish has started to be really comfortable with the tank. So it is coming out more often and it is eating almost anything I feed it. In fact, it has been getting a little aggressive. It's been chasing my yellow chorus wrasse around for the past few days, so it wasn't as shy as I expected it to be. Other than that, I am super in love with this fish. I love the color and the personality of it. Considering the types of fishes that I already have, having a fish that just chills in the middle of the water column brings the tank to life. Also, the purple on this fish is so intricate and I love observing the fish. The final update is on my red Scoly. In my previous video, I mentioned that it wasn't doing too well and I was probably going to move it, and I did. So I've officially moved it to an area of lower flow and lower lighting. Currently, I would say that it is quite similar in how it looked like, in the sense that the flash is not receding anymore. To me, as the coral has not changed much, neither for the good or the bad, I'm quite satisfied at this point because that would mean that the chances of recovery is much higher. So I'm hoping that over the next couple of weeks as it gets used to the new location that it will start to recover, so fingers crossed. Other than that, there are not much updates to this tank. Oh yeah, I'm still dosing Aqua Forest coral food and we'll give an update probably next week or 2 weeks from now. Till then, thank you for watching. Always appreciate the love and the comments. So stay safe, love your tank. Till next time, see ya.